Ecamm fam, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Marshall Creates with Ecamm. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Thursday. If you're watching this live and if you're on a replay squad, happy whatever day it is that you're watching this. So, welcome to another episode. My mic arm isn't cooperating, but it's good to see everybody. Let me check in with the fam. Awesome, fun things. What is good? Welcome, Mr. Moderator. Thank you, sir. Alicia, what is good? I just replied to your email as well. G. Albert, welcome. Awesome. Yes, so in this series, we are branding a podcast for Alicia Thomas. So, Alicia, I don't know if you're going to be joining us live, but first, I want to quickly plug it's Ecamm Fam Month, y'all. It's Ecamm Fam Month. So we want to show you. So Ecamm has a really dope giveaway, y'all. It's really dope. So I'm going to just show you really quickly what is included. So give me 1 second here. Boom. Check this out. So it's called the I Love Ecamm giveaway. Said hate when my mic drops. Am I good? Can y'all hear me okay? Doc, what's up, brother? Am I good? Let me know. But this is what's included, y'all. So it's gonna be a giveaway and got a OBSBot. I was calling it the OBSBot, but it's the OBSBot Tiny 2 Lite. I know Doc recommends this camera. It looks really dope. It's like a 4K camera, and unless you're really pixel peeping, you probably couldn't even tell that it's not a full mirrorless or DSLR camera. A short MV7 Plus microphone, and then $100 gift card to the Ecamm merch shop. So all you have to do, y'all, is record a short video explaining why you love being a part of the Ecamm fam, and then add it to Instagram and tag Ecamm Network on Instagram, and also use the hashtag I love Ecamm. Those are the rules. So you definitely want to participate if you want a chance at winning some of this cool stuff. So yeah, you can see the graphics here. I created for it. So and there's also a really dope video on the Ecamm Instagram as well that you guys can check out that Katie did. So cool. I'm good. All right, cool. Breaking up. Uh-oh. Am I breaking up? Shoot. Oh, there's AT. All righty. So we're gonna add Alicia into the stream. Boom. All right, y'all. Let me switch my scene. Boom. You in there? What is good? Can you hear me okay? Boom. All right, y'all. Let me. Oh, I need to turn my
I can hear
down.
you. I just had to cut off my YouTube video.
Okay, cool. Did I hear myself? All right, so let me adjust my framing real quick. Give me a second here.
There we go.
All right. Boom. All right, there we go. Cool. Good to see you. All right, let's get into this thing. Let me pull up the document we were working from, because this week we're gonna be doing some actual design. So this is the document we were working from, y'all, last week, just to kind of plan it out. So we got Knowledge Gumbo. That's going to be the name of the podcast. Sharing quotes by African American women. Name is a spinoff of the Gumbo newsletter. Cool. So let's get into it. So, do you have an idea of the style that you want to go with for the logo? Do you want it to be more text based? Do you want it to incorporate some sort of like illustration? Like, let me know your thoughts when it comes to that.
I have been working on something, but I just didn't like it. So I know I do want it to be simple. And so maybe text based. Maybe I don't need a.
Okay. All right, cool. So what I like to do, y'all, because I've been doing a lot of branding recently, especially for podcasts, is I like to kick things off, and you guys may already know this, with kick things off with AI. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open up Chat GPT, I'm gonna feed it some information and then get some ideas. Um using AI. So we can start there. And do you use AI at all when you coming up with your ideas, or you just kind of do it on your own?
No, I've been using AI. Can't hang
Okay.
out with Doc and not use AI.
Okay, I feel you. All right. Let's get into it. So let me open up Chat GPT. Okay, open up dialing. All righty. Cool. All right, so and I'm gonna just feed it some of this information.
Okay.
Let me see here. History. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna just feed it some of this information. I'm gonna just copy and paste it, to be honest, into ChatGPT because it does that. All right. Hello. I always greet the AI because I don't want no smoke. If the AIs take over, they gonna always remember me for being polite. Um, I ain't finna start asking it a whole bunch of stuff without even greeting it first. Like, hello, how are you today? Hello, I'm working on a podcast logo for Knowledge Gumbo. Here's some background information. I just like it to have more context, even if it doesn't need it, because it may inform the visuals a little bit. At least it does. When I go through a full branding process with the client, we really dive
Mhm.
deep. We have a whole strategy session, and we really want to understand the like the why and the audience. So, and that informs the visuals, because when we know who we're designing for,
Mhm.
then it makes the design process a lot easier. So that's why I like to give it as much context as possible. Okay. Can you help? Can you come up with a simple logo concept for Knowledge Gumbo using this information, using this context? Let's see what it says, because then we can go text based, and you can actually pick which kind of style you want. But I just like to let it just give me some ideas. Let's see what it
Okay.
does. Yes. The moderator added the link to check out the giveaway on Instagram. Yeah, check it out. Luis, what's good, brother? Okay, Knowledge Gumbo. Cool. So give me your thoughts on this. Is it too busy? Do you want to go more
Yeah, it's too
simple?
busy.
Too busy?
Too
Okay,
busy.
cool. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it the feedback. Thank you. Can you make the design more simple and text based with less illustration? So this is like my first step, because look, this is just some design game. I know a lot of you guys aren't designers, but if any designers come across this, and we're in an interesting place right now with AI, where it's like you could be fearful on one hand, but on the other hand, it's like, okay, how do I use this to enhance what I do and make it a lot more quick and efficient? I do this inside of ChatGPT first for some ideation, because it's almost like a quick win. Like my mind will start going, like I'll see a certain layout, for example, as I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, even if it's something as simple as using the color scheme of it, so something like that, where it's like, okay, or looking at a layout, like, oh, I can try that layout, whether it's an Illustrator or another app that I use, which we'll pull up, is called Kittle. I love Kittle because it does some things with text specifically that I really like, that it makes it a lot easier to do inside of Kittle as opposed to Illustrator. So,
Okay.
what are your thoughts on these layouts? And do you see anything that we could kind of start from, or what are you thinking so far?
Um, I'm not really feeling either one.
Okay. What type of text are you thinking about? Is it like a serif font? You know, it's like serif versus sans serif. So serif is like
Mhm.
what has the feet, and then sans serif.
Right.
Um, You know what type of font that you want to
N-
use at all?
I do like the sans serif font though.
Okay, sans serif. Another thing that we could do is also do like font duos, and that's something that I do and search for inside of Affinity. Let's see, what is it? Elements, Vital Elements. Oh, this looks different. Okay, interesting, interesting. I'm so used to it looking one way. All right then. Top category. This is very different. I don't know how I feel about this yet, but all right.
Everybody's trying to have a facelift.
I know, right? Might need a facelift myself. Shoot. All right. So then I go to Font Duo inside of Envato, and I like to see what kind of duos. So these are like font pairings that look nice together, and I kind
Hmm.
of scroll through these to see. Like for example, in your case, I will look, for example, for this. I would picture this as like knowledge, and this is like gumbo, just to get an idea of what may look good in terms of like font pairings.
Okay.
Because I may see something it's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to use that in the logo, or I'm going to use that in the logo, or I may have a font that I think that it could look good with. One of the fonts could look good with as well. So just to get some ideas. So an idea is to focus on like a focal point first, like for example, gumbo,
Hmm.
and that could be the focal point. So if we're focusing on gumbo, and then we'll have like something maybe complementary for knowledge, um what type of font do you picture for gumbo? Do you want that to be a bit more stylized and unique, and then knowledge be more simple? Or you know what, while you're thinking of that, let me put an idea into ChatGPT. Say, can you provide a concept that uh where gumbo is the focal point and knowledge is in a complementary font? And there's another tool that I like to use. So I'll pull up Kittle, and then I'll pull up Leonardo. Leonardo is one of my secret weapons, y'all. It's one of my secret weapons, even though I'm still learning how to use it. Um, okay, knowledge gumbo, knowledge gumbo. Oh, that's interesting. I like kind of how they have this font um kind of curved. That could be an idea. And then gumbo larger beneath. So that's something that I would if we were to push this further, I would do it in
Hmm.
Kittle because it's easy to do in Kittle. Um,
Hmm.
Even if we change the font up, but I do kind of like how it's curved. Of course, if you guys don't know, I'm looking at the fact they got Africa. Like, I don't think we say Africa specifically. We say African American, but it clearly this is
Yeah,
trying to
it
give us
does
some
that to me
African
all the
themes
time.
here. So I'll get try to say, can you not have African themes?
It makes me feel better that it does it to you too.
Yeah, it's up. It's the African American, so let's throw the Africa in there. Um, yeah, I see it in every concept now.
Yeah.
All right. Any promise so far in terms of layout, at least with anything? Did you want to try a concept with like knowledge curve like that, or did you want to try something else?
I do kind of like it curved.
Okay. All right. Before we jump into Kittle, let's ask for two more concepts. Okay. Thank you.
Can you
All
ask
right.
for a concept with that switch where knowledge is the dominant and gumbo is
Okay. Okay.
front?
A concept without African theming. Also, can you uh make knowledge the central, not central word, but the focal point, as opposed to gumbo? And this has gotten a lot faster since it started as well, which is cool. It's still kind of doing the same thing. Um, I do think gumbo is gonna need to be the word that we emphasize. Well, not emphasize, but because it is a shorter word, if we
Mhm.
make knowledge too big or emphasize that too much, gumbo, it just won't look
Mhm.
right, you know. So
Okay.
but yeah, so what I'm gonna do next is I don't know, I guess we could try a concept similar to that. And what I typically do is I'll copy an image and I'm gonna pull up Illustrator real quick. Have all my artboards here, and I usually paste it in here. And it may be something like where I like the color scheme of one, so I'll just paste it in here. I'll
I
paste
kinda
this in
like
here
that
too.
one.
With this one,
I like how it's slightly slanted,
yeah,
maybe a little bit too slanted, but
yeah. So that's an idea we can try as well. It spelled it right. That's what's up. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull up Leonardo. I love Leonardo. I mainly use it for upscaling. I've told you guys this
mhm.
before, but I've started to use it for ideation for logos as well. So these are some ideas that I did. I didn't really like any of these concepts like that, but one of these,
It's a
like
whole
this one
lot of pink.
specifically. Would you say?
I said that's a whole lot of pink.
Yeah, yeah, that's our color scheme. But this one I actually end up creating a concept from that. Well, that was similar to that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's a lot of stuff that they can do. So what I'm gonna do is kind of give it some information. Let me pull up Chat GPT. So I'm gonna say we'll just say text based logo for a podcast titled Knowledge Gumbo, and I want to give it okay. Can you provide a simple mid journey prompt? Let's see what it gives me. All right, let's type this in here. This isn't mid journey, but let me just paste and see what it gave me. Oh, okay, so it's giving me okay. Let's see what it does with this. So it's going to give me 4 different ones. So in here you can select the size and how many images it'll give you at a time.
Mhm.
So what I like to do is experiment, focus on the word knowledge. Let's do one that says focus on the word gumbo. And what it also does is it has like where you can improve the prompt using AI. So you can improve the prompt. So it just filled all this in. So you can go through and edit it as needed. Oh, this is kind of cool. And this too. I kind of like these two. This one, even though they're super simple, this looks kind of cool too. Let me know if you see anything that you want to push further, because we can do that. So far, we have two that we're gonna try to execute on. At least the layout of it. But I'm anxious to
Mhm.
see how. I won't say crazy, but I found that okay, well, it's not that bad.
Whoa.
This looks dope. I like this. I don't know if you like this, but I'm gonna save this.
Okay.
So do you see anything that have promise in terms of it could be anything like the layout of it, color
I
scheme.
I like the layout of that second one, the gray one,
This
the
one?
gray background. Yeah.
Okay. Let's save this. Let's copy image. So it's mostly like the layout that you like.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can try that too inside of Kittle. So we'll do one with the letters curve, one with it both going up at a slant, and then one like this as well. All right. Let's run that through one more
Yeah, I
time.
like the depth of it,
The
the
depth.
3D
Okay.
nature
That's
of it.
good to know. That's good to know. All right. So now we're gonna open up Kittle. So they have a lot of different categories. There's so much stuff, but um what I tend to do is I'll start a new project. Standard is cool because I'll export it out as a SVG, but they have different categories on the left hand side. And depending on what I'm doing, I may start from one of these or I may not. So let me see here. So let's go to wallpapers. Javilla, what's good? George, what is going on? Good to see you guys. All right. So let's see here. Oh, they only have a few for wallpapers. So let me go back. T-shirts is normally cool. Normally I just look for the layout of the font that I want, but if not, we could do it manually. I think we'll start from the one you like the most first. Yeah, so they do have typography as well,
Um,
like this. Oops, I added that by mistake. See, this has some depth to it. So maybe we can start from that with that for gumbo. But let me go back. Oops. Oh, they have title pairs. This I think this is new. This looks cool. So this is pretty much like font duos. And it's really easy to use and intuitive.
mhm.
I just want to see what this will look like. I don't know why it's not showing up. All right, let me see what this came up with. Okay, cool. So we're going with something like this first. So let's just do it manually. So I'm gonna add text. Okay. So we're gonna focus on gumbo first. Let me take a look at that kind of font. So it's more of like a condensed font. Gumbo. I'm gonna make this bigger so you guys can see it. And do you think you want the cover to be more of like a darker background? I guess we can cross
Um,
that bridge when we get there.
no, not really.
Okay. Let me know if any of the fonts stick out that I'll pull up. Barlow. Let me see. So if we make this black. Right now I'm just trying to find something that's similar to the example
Mhm.
unless you want something else.
No, I am I am open.
Okay. And they also have, well, I want to keep it simple for gumbo. If we're going to add that depth to it, what I was going
Mhm.
to say, they have like this other category where it has a lot of different um more unique fonts, like something like that.
As um unique at how?
Hmm.
Unique how?
Oh, they're like, so they're not necessarily like for example, this is like a more of a modern type of font,
Okay, I
as
see
you
what you're
can
saying.
see. Like they're just different styles. Like this is like pixelated, so this doesn't necessarily fit into like sans serif or serif. So they're just a bit more unique in that way.
Mhm.
So just to show you like the versatility and the yeah, just like the versatility and the variety that they have. So if I go back to sans serif. And your audience is primarily going to be women, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like more
But I'm not
feminine,
gonna
but
stop
it's,
the brothers from dropping in if they wanna pick up some knowledge.
yeah. I think this is kind of cool. What do you think about this? Do you like this?
It's different. I do.
Okay. All right. So let's yeah, I like that a lot. So let's go ahead and add. So let me look at this again. So we're going to go up at an angle, add an outline to it, and then add like some depth. So you're going to go to transformation. Can you guys see this? Yeah, transformation. See, I already put it at an angle, but it has custom, distort, circle, arch, rise, and you can adjust these points like this. So it makes it really easy to edit this text. So for
Mhm.
this, we'll just go to angle because we just went at an angle. So let me go back here. And then I don't know if this specific font.
It doesn't lend itself to the angle.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. So let's pick something different. Okay.
Or I mean, you can keep that in mind as far as
Yeah,
the
like maybe
other
another
one you
concept.
had, the other
Okay.
concept. Yeah. 'Cause I do like it.
Yeah,
It
I do too.
just doesn't it just doesn't lend itself to the slant.
Right. So all right, let me go back to sans serif. Hmm. What do you think about this one for the angle?
Mm, no. It looks slightly off too.
Okay.
Or maybe that's just me.
So if oh, that's just thick like that as is. And some of these fonts have a lot of different weights as well.
Okay.
Let me see here. Oh, so that's at an angle. That almost looks like Ecamm's font, which is called Thunder. I guess it's too many. This is
Just go back
too many
to
to
the
choose from.
one that was close to the Ecamm one. Just go back to that one.
Okay. All right. Extra bold, black, um, regular italic. it would have been around here. Hmm. Extra bold. Hmm. What do you think about this one? Black.
It
Black
works.
narrow,
You
but
might
it's
have to
italic.
add a little space in between, but
Hmm.
it works. I said it works. You might have to, mess with the kerning a little bit, but it works.
Okay, so let me go black and to find the one that's not narrow, not italic. So it's black narrow. Oh my gosh, all of these are dang on italic. Oh, it's right. It was the first one. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. So we're gonna mess. Let's go look at. Okay, yeah, definitely has more space in between. Um. Okay, so let me go to the letter spacing. Increase the letter spacing. All right, now we can start to add some effects to it. So I'm gonna go to text. Let's see what text shading has. Yeah, text shading has detailed 3D shadow. Let's see what we have here. So let's work on this back shadow first before we add anything else. So we're gonna do the angle. Let me see if I can just copy this and paste it in here. That would be nice. Just so we can have it as a reference. I don't think it worked. So let me save this real quick. Downloads. Oh, it did paste in there. It just took a while. All right, cool. And we could reduce the angle because this angle is kind of aggressive as well. So, oh, the angle of the transformation. Here it is, right here, edit transform. Okay, so the angle offset. Okay, and let me go ahead and just start adding a little bit of color just so we could get a better idea of what it could look like. Even though, of course, we'll change the color once we get to that step. So the main color is, let's just make it yellow for now. Okay, so we can get an idea. Okay, now we can add an outline. Oh shoot. So now it's like where I would take it into Illustrator and start adding extra stuff to it.
Mhm.
But I'll leave this like this for now. And we could also add more of a shadow, but we would have to duplicate this. Um, did you want to add the two shadows like that? Because that, well, it has the one 3D, and then it has a shadow behind that. Did you want it kind of like that? An example.
Mm, No, I kind of like how you have it.
Oh, okay. All right.
If
Okay.
you think does it pop more with that third shadow
Well, we can
or
try it.
second
So what
shadow?
I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer real quick. Command D. Oh, no, that ain't work. Let me see. Command C, Command V. All right. So then behind it, we're going to add a black shadow and then have more of an offset like this. And we could even change the angle of it as well if we wanted to. So we can have it just to have it, and we can delete it if we don't need it.
Okay.
All right, so what we can do real quick is find another font, complementary font for knowledge, and then I can show you how I would bring this into Leonardo and like take it to the next level. All right, let me check in. Looks like we have some comments. Okay, cool. All right. So what I would do here is Option Shift Click Drag. Just Tornado, what is good? Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's do knowledge and make it a lot smaller. Let me just make this black. And we're going to remove the shading and then make this like 150. And so did you want to have a similar font, this font, or like a completely different type of font?
Um, Maybe slightly different.
Oh, slightly. It's from like the same family or
Yeah.
like a different family.
Same family, I think.
Oh, same family. All right,
Just
cool. Let's
just to
run
keep it
through.
consistent.
Yeah. So we could go wide with it. We could go. Let me just kind of click through. So if we did this, for example, reduce the. We think about something like that, or you want to look at some others?
Mm, it looks good, I think.
Okay, cool. All right, while you, I just want to try one thing real quick. Hold up. So I'm gonna do.
Hey,
I just
do
want to
you?
see.
Don't let me limit you.
Okay. I just want to see what some other options would look like, just real quick, if we just went a different direction for knowledge. Um, all right, so let me go to script. Sometimes script could look good, but if we did script, we would have to do regular case instead of all caps.
Mm-hmm.
So script,
If you did
kind
script, wouldn't it need to line up like it is on the
of.
example? Oh, you made it bigger. Never mind.
Yep. Oops. Script. And we can add a shadow behind it too. I know some of the script looks crazy. Um, I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
Be curious.
Florida vibes.
That's what makes you great.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think the script's gonna work too well. Um, yeah. Another thing we could do, let me try this real quick, is go to a sans serif and do like a taller font, like a almost like a tungsten. Oh, let me see here. Did I not? Do I not have tungsten? or even thunder. Almost like that. So, but if we, so rule of thumb is like something that will make it look nice is if you have like a word, letters that are all close together, and then the
Mm-hmm.
complementary font, the words would be spread out. So the letters would be
Mm-hmm.
spread out, not the words. Almost like this. So this is like an idea. See how that looks like complementary?
Mm-hmm.
So that's an idea too. Okay. So out of these, I think you want to go with this one, and we can add the shadow behind it as well. Um, this one or this one. It's crazy because these are two separate fonts. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're the same font. So this one, or this one.
I kind of like that one because it's shorter and it
Okay.
lets the gumbo pop a little bit more.
Okay. Okay. So do you
It's
not
not
want to
fat.
add like a shadow behind knowledge?
Um,
And we can add it just
not
to
not if it's gonna be spread out like that. If it was smaller like it is in the example,
okay.
yeah. But
I mean, we can see how it would be
it being
smaller
the
if you
same
want.
width as gumbo, no.
Yeah. We could go smaller. Did you want to go smaller with it? Yes. I love Kittle. I love Kittle. Yep. Mainly for the stuff like this. Like it's easier for me to do stuff like this inside of Kittle than it is in Illustrator. Quickly. And then like changing the way fonts look, like layouts of fonts and stuff.
Mhm.
So did you want to go with let me see. With it smaller or larger?
Um, yeah, when you go smaller, it doesn't look as good. It's not as easy to read, or is that just
Yeah.
me looking at the screen?
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, well, I'll add the shadow just to add it, and we can always delete it, but just so we can have it in Illustrator. So let me see. Let me just check and see what this is. So
Can you try the one again with the spacing between it? Mm,
can make it bigger too. Bigger, smaller.
what do you think?
All right. Let me compare them both real quick. Real quick.
Because I know you got a time limit, so I don't want to take.
Yeah, actually, I like the wider one because I like that contrast between you
That's
have a
what I was
wider
thinking.
font. What'd you say?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I
Yeah,
liked it when you made it wider.
yeah,
So
and it's a little more bold. Um, so let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can paste the effects to this. I don't know if I can. That would be nice. Copy. I guess not. That's okay. All right. So, oh no, I messed it up. Okay. Text shading, block shadow. Let me see what angle this is. -36. An outline of 10. So we'll have this just in case we want to use it. All right. So let me just make. Let me just make the text white real quick and see what that looks like. But we can always just drop it out if we don't like it. Okay, so if I made this black. No, I'm not feeling that. But yeah, we'll drop it out. So what I'm going to do now is
Mhm.
export this whole thing as a SVG and open it up inside of Illustrator. So I'm going to go to download, SVG, download. And okay, Ecamm Live. Creates. What is episode? What episode is this? 12? Is it
Mm.
11? I think it's 12. All right. Knowledge combo. Boom. So I'm going to copy this, even though we don't need all of these other layers. 13. Oh, wow. Got to remove one of the hidden shadows. Oh, no. Always check layers before export. Oh, absolutely. Yep. All right. So, delete these two because I don't need this. Do you have an idea of the color scheme you want to go with real quick? Because I want to show you something inside of Leonardo that's really cool.
I didn't have anything planned other than maybe just keeping my same color scheme from my website and stuff, but I was
Okay.
thinking maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should do something different.
What's your color scheme on your website?
It's blue, orange, and white.
Okay. Blue, orange, and white.
Do you need the codes and stuff like that?
Yeah. I
I think I
mean,
have it somewhere. I think. um,
and we can always refine the color. I'm trying to think of something to do. That's kind of dope. Something to do that's
because
real
I was
quick.
kind of leaning more towards like a purple for wisdom kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, I got you. So we just gotta be mindful
Because
of
I
the
was looking at
shadow,
different things, trying to figure out what would be.
right?
Or I did like the multiple colors of that one example you had in there.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me go back.
In in
Well, let me
Leonardo,
combine all of this real
I think
quick.
it was.
Oh, so it's not one of these, right? It's one of these. Um, oops. Is it this one?
Not go back out. Let me see again. Not the uh
Or was it in
I don't know.
in here?
I don't know if no, it's one of those, but I can't remember if it what made more sense visually because I like the gradient
Mm-hmm.
kind of color scheme, or would it just be better to go like that second one from the top where it's one color fading into different colors? I don't know.
Oh, that's not bad either. Let me see. Copy image.
I just wanted
So
something that kind of makes everything pop that doesn't look like something
right.
that's already out there.
Yeah. Well, let's try this
Because
real
I
quick,
heard
and
you
then
say
I'm gonna
that once.
yeah. So I'm gonna try this real quick, and then we'll pop it into Leonardo gradient. So go with the blue. So then we have a teal. In the middle, we have pink. We have like a teal over here. Kind of like that. So we need to do something about this shadow. So the shadow might have to get dark for now. And we will drop that second shadow out. So we need it, we'll get it. And actually, so if we make this like this color, I think that looks good. I think it looks pretty good. What you think?
Mm.
We can always change it up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Unless did you want to have them like just separate colors for each letter and not a gradient? I can show you what that will look like as well. If we went with this color scheme, but we could continue to refine it next week.
Okay.
So let me just chop all of these out, make them separate. And now do that. Leave it like this. No, I'm kidding. You're like, you're fired. No, I'm kidding. All right, then like a teal. Then this pink. Then another idea is to have like a watercolor texture as the background.
Watercolor?
Yeah, I can show you that real quick. We'll probably be a little over on this episode. So that's an idea. Another one is to do the watercolor. So what I like to use Affinity for that. So let me just do new from clipboard. So let me show you what I mean. So I will go to Adobe Stock, get a watercolor background. And it don't have to be watercolor. It could really be any kind of texture, but I think watercolor will look good. Like even this, for example, right? So if I just do copy image, of course, if we end up using it, I would license it. But and then come here, click on this layer, Command V to paste it, and then drag it into it. So like kind of like that. So something that's more of a texture as opposed to just color. You know. So let me just find another real quick, like copy image. So the thing is, being as though it is a podcast cover, we have more leeway. We have more wiggle room when it comes to like doing stuff like that, as opposed to like an actual like logo for a company. Something like this looks cool. So that's an option. But what I want to do real quick is pop into in here. So I have to change the model. They have different models here, but let's do cinematic. And then I'm gonna add this as a content reference. So I gotta save it first. And I'll just keep the color scheme as is. File new. Let's just do one artboard. Create. Command V. I'm going to save this as a JPEG. This is episode 13, but I put 12. To fix that later. This will be, y'all, you guys will like this. Watch this. So if I come in here, do content reference, because you can reference a style, a character, or content. So I'm going to reference the content, upload this artboard 10. So I use the upscaler a lot in here as well. Like if I have a crappy quality photo of somebody, I'll use AI to enhance it, like add texture back into their skin and stuff like that. So if you're like, who are all these people? All right, so Yeah. So, and all we can do here is, do you have a like a type of texture you want to see? Something, I don't know. What type of texture do we want to see? Um,
Type of
Let's just say
texture.
something shiny. Let's do colorful texture. Let's see what it gives us. Let's just pop out a whole bunch real quick. Let's do shiny texture. And then we can change the model to, oh, let's do creative. Let's do watercolor texture. So this is going to give us a whole bunch of different styles of that logo. The only thing is sometimes like the spelling may be off or something like that, but it'll still give us an idea of what the logo could look like in action.
Hmm.
So let's just let this stuff pop in. Michael, what is good? Welcome. All right, it should be popping up any second now. It normally takes about a minute. And I like to do quality over fast just to get better quality. Okay. Nice, nice. See, for example, like you see how I made it 3D. So for this, if we wanted to use something like this, I would crop this gumbo out, like isolate it from the background, and then probably have knowledge, change the color of knowledge, or just have it as like flat because it looks a little too busy with knowledge of full color, and then gumbo full color.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks cool. This looks cool. I like that. I don't know if you like it, but
It's
I think that
different.
looks good. I think that looks good. And then it gives you ideas for like the texture and also like the background style as well that you could go with. Of course, we would probably add other visual creative elements to it,
Hmm.
but that has promise. But you can get as creative as you want. And this is all I typed in, but you could get really detailed with it as well, in terms of what you want to see.
Okay.
Oops. So, anything jumping out at you texture wise? Concept art. Let's do illustrative. Let's see what the illustrative will look like. Quality, and let's do fast for the generation mode. Um, any textures you have in mind?
I hadn't thought of anything remotely close to texture. Because when you said what texture, I'm like, I
I mean,
don't
you don't
know.
have to go texture. You could go. We could go straight. Just color and no texture. But when I think of gumbo, I think of like texture. I think of I think of sauce. I think of sauciness. And not to say we gotta have a saucy. I don't mean sauce in that way. I mean sauces and like swag. This really look. I'm gonna say this because this looks good. I'm gonna just say this because I like the little outline they put around it as well.
Hmm.
So just to save it as with our stuff. What do y'all think? Let us know in the comments what y'all think so far.
Help a sister out.
Yeah. See this.
Oh,
Look.
no,
See
no, no.
how it
That's
changed
too
the O
bright.
to a 6 because I went with the fast instead of quality. But this is more illustrative. Now it's getting a little too cartoony. Looking like
Yeah, no.
what those little, is they call them, the Care Bears? It's looking like. Um.
Yeah,
Yeah, silent
yeah, no Care
illustration.
Bears or Minions. That's what's leaning towards Minions.
Let's go with Moody and see what that looks like. I'm gonna just put in texture without any description. Lower left. This one right here. Me too. I think this is
Or
my favorite. Oh, not this one.
what
This is
would
my
it do
favorite one
with
so
like
far.
you're saying
These I don't think they
texture.
work
I'm
so well.
thinking what's a cooking texture? I
Say it
don't
again.
know. I was trying to think of what kind of texture would go for like cooking to kind of go with gumbo, but that looks
Right. Or
like a
we could go
movie trailer.
like, like a stainless
Movie trailer.
steel type of texture. Um, hmm.
That looks like a Will Smith July 4th kind of movie
Will
thing.
Smith July 4th. What's
You
that?
know, the his movies that come out on July 4th.
Oh
It
yeah,
kind of has
yup. You're
that
right.
I'm fighting the aliens theme.
Right. Oh, let's go. Well, let's do like stainless steel, but I'm gonna change it back to um cinematic, and then let's do like stainless steel. And let's try one with. Let me see. I ain't gonna do that. I was gonna say gumbo out of pasta, but like that's all wrong. So I ain't even gonna do that. Let's just see what a stainless steel looks like real quick.
I wonder what it considers like a cooking texture.
Now let's see. Let's type that in. Cooking.
I see you, Paul.
I beg to differ. No, I'm kidding. He's a mellow Care Bear.
I can be.
That's interesting. And the last thing I would want to do is let's upscale it real quick. I know we a bit over time, but I'm gonna
Hmm.
upscale. I'm gonna download this
Hmm.
and I'm gonna go to the upscaler.
What would happen if you put in cooking texture? What would it give you?
Oh, I did. Let me go back to it. Okay, this is a little dark.
Very dark.
Fire. Look like a apocalypse.
Very dark.
That's not that bad.
The return of the gumbo. That's what it looks like.
It's interesting how they put like stuff inside of the letters though. All right, so let me go here to the upscaler. Where is it? Universal upscaler. So I use a shout out to Daniel. I use see. Can you guys see this? How this works? So I wanted to upscale his image, make it a bit more
Wow.
crisp.
Hmm.
So it did that, and it still looks like him, but you can increase the intensity of it. But anyway, close this. I'm gonna add this really quickly. Oh, so I uploaded my. You see this photo of me? I uploaded this because you can add your own photos and then generate different images of you. So I wanted to see how that looked, and it looked terrible. It looked scary. I looked like a supervillain. So that's why my photo is in there like that. So I'm not that good at that yet. Okay, so the creativity strength, the style. Let's do 2D art and illustration. Creativity strength. Let's leave it at 5. We don't necessarily need to make it that much larger, but let's upscale it and see what that looks like. It's gonna take a bit. But while it's doing that, I'm gonna show y'all. Let me go back. Image generation. If I hit character reference, let's add Daniel and see what happens, and just say happy man in home office and generate. Let's improve the prompt. Let's see. Character reference, hi, generate. All right, it's going to do that, and let's go back to our upscaler. Okay, so this is the upscale version. So all it really did was added a bit more texture to it. So yeah, it didn't really do much. So yeah, it tends to work better for images like of people to me.
Mm-hmm. Cure
Like as you
me.
can see this how it kind of like smooths his skin out and stuff.
Right.
But if I was
Mhm.
to like really increase the creativity strength, it's gonna make him look like a different person. Watch this. And the thing about this is that I don't like, especially, I mean, it wouldn't really be no reason for you to do that unless you had like
Mhm.
an AI generated person. And I actually did that before when I had some AI generated people. I was working on some stuff for Ecamm for some screenshots, and I went and I cranked the creativity slider up and made them look like actual people. But sometimes, like for a photo like this, it'll add like a whole bunch of, it'll look like a different person, then it'll add a bunch of like weird wrinkles and like moles on the person. So let me see if it did
Moles?
that here. See how it did. It looks like a different
Mm.
person. And then it added like, you see all these, like, what is that? What is that? So I don't know what is happening in the AI algorithm where it's adding these moles on people. But yeah, I don't do that. I try to keep it really subtle. Um, but you can see the shirt how I added a lot of texture to the shirt. The hands are really detailed. If you needed that. Oh wow, look what it did to the thumb. What is going on there? But yeah, anyway,
Got it.
want a premium? Yeah, I believe so. Yes, I do. I'm sure I do because it hasn't given me any roadblocks. So, all right. So if I go back to any image generation, okay. So yeah, it doesn't look like him that much, but yeah. See, he looked like a supervillain. I feel like that's what it does. And I'm just not that good at it yet. So I'm sure if I played around with it, what's going on with his sleeve? Um, yeah, I will probably get better at it. But it will be cool if you can add multiple photos of you, so just so they can get a better idea of what you look like. Because when it tries to just use one photo, you
But
end
it
up looking
seems
like,
like it takes your most distinctive features and make them more pronounced
yeah, I
instead of
guess,
just replicating what's there.
yeah. Yeah, I think overall the scene is nice. It's lit well, but that don't look like Daniel, evil Daniel. Oh man, we'll do me next time. All right, y'all. That's it for this. At, did you want me to send you what we have so far, or you just want to wait till next week because we can
No,
refine it
you
and
can
continue with it?
send it to me.
You said send it
You
to you.
can send it to me. I will
Okay, cool.
take a look and
All right,
because
cool. And
we still haven't the one with the
right,
hoop
yup,
with it.
curve. Yep, we'll do that next week, and then hopefully get to the cover. We're able to get to the cover. Cool. All right, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Please hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. And I will see you all next week. Peace.
Have a good one.